Ashe family, this is Amon Rose, aka Edwin Rose, always trying to bring you guys the truth. Hey, I know I haven't done a religious video in a minute, so I mean, it's not even a religious video, it's just a banging on the beats video, whatever you want to call it. Um, so I'm going to address the few questions and conversations that I've had over the last 3 to 4 weeks, and hopefully everybody understands what the journey I'm on, and you know can get some clarity. Because right now it's all about clarity for me. Um, and here's the problem that I have with a lot of people. Uh, People don't know how to communicate. And obviously people don't know how to listen and receive information. I try to be very particular when I talk to you guys about a certain topic. I've broken down certain verses in the Bible. I've broken down certain situations in the Bible. I've broken them down to the T. I've even gone back. I've even gone so far as going back to the showing you guys multiple dictionaries, showing you guys the meaning of virgin back then did not mean what you think it means today. It doesn't. It didn't have the same meaning during the time period that they was talking about. So right there, your concept of what happened is incorrect. But people are still run with what they want to run with. So I've also been studying um, a lot of things in the last couple of weeks too. That kind of, like I told you guys, everything is connected. Kind of, brought it together, and I was kind of like, wow, I didn't think of it like that. So just putting my thoughts into positive alignment, trying to manifest these things for myself, my children, my wife, um, just life in general. I realized in some of the teachings that they were talking about, it was like people gravitate to what they want to gravitate to. And we live in a different age now, right? We live in an age where people will come to you because they don't like you. So their gravitational pull is in a negative alignment. So I don't get comments from and questions from people that are like-minded. I get questions and comments from people that are pro-religion, and they're pro the Bible. They're they're trying to solidify their faith, which is okay. Listen to me, family. It's okay. But I think I've done an awesome job by giving you guys information without it being refutable. You cannot deny the information that I've given you guys. You can try, like I said, and I've shown you guys this. That's why I told you guys I don't like doing debates, because the the debater or the debatee will say, you're taking things out of context. You don't understand the Bible. You don't do this and you don't do that. That's why I always bring out the Bible. And see, here's the thing that I've learned. Here's the one of the most important things that I've learned in the last few weeks, right? When people are listening to you, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. If they're not on the same level, it'll never reach them. The information that you're saying, the proof, the PowerPoints, all this stuff, all the research that you've done, it will never research them, because they will be triggered by one word. They will be triggered by a phrase. They will be triggered by your reactions, by the way you talk, your mannerisms, and they will not receive the information. So once again, I was just kind of like thrown back when I was reading this, and I was just sitting there like, wow. Because if you guys go back, you know, and I'm not going to mention the dude's name because I don't want y'all to think that I'm just on this dude. It's just a great ass example that I talked about a particular person. I had to make another video trying to say, hey, this is what I was definitely talking about. Where are you guys? And I was frustrated because it's like, are you guys even fucking listening? I don't even know how much this man made on each of his films. I don't know. I don't care. It's not about his money. And I was getting message after message after message after message is about his money. I'm like, why are you talking about this man money? Where did I talk about his money at? Where did I say he had XYZ in his bank account at? What did I say he was driving? I don't care about his money. I'm just saying you cannot do this without providing an alternate job for these people. You can't do that. You can't bash people for doing stuff like that. Which, you know, and it's like, dude, y'all just don't get the message. Y'all heard money, and then I mean, you can go on my YouTube and you'll see 8, 9 comments about the man money. Now the people that are just on YouTube, they're just on YouTube. Now you can go to my Facebook page and you can see 8, 9 messages about the man money. I'm like, dude, what are y'all listening to, bro? So it's the same process. Like overall, overall, right? People have asked me, what's the problem with why you got a problem with the Bible? Why you got a problem with this? I said, listen, the very same reason that I don't like to do debates is because you guys like to say people take things out of context is the very reason I got out of religion. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. Okay? I'm not a spring chicken, right? But I can do this. I can do this for you guys. I can tell you from the time I started liking girls to right now, the time I started looking at girls and was like, I like her. Something, it's something about her that's making me tingle inside, making me feel all funny. Until right now, I have never forced myself upon anybody. I have never looked at a girl that's 10, 12 years younger than me and thought that she was attractive or I would want to be with somebody like that without the Bible. Without the Bible. I have looked at a woman and said that I would never, I was raised by a single mother. I would never force myself, my will, or my thought process on another person, especially my woman, my wife, a female that I just run across in the field. I'm not going to force myself upon her. So my morals, I've never been a sinner. I've never been a sinful person. So I've never understood the book because the book, if you really believe in the book, you have to believe you were born a sinner. How the fuck I was born a sinner? I just got born. I just got here. How the fuck I'm a sinner already? How the fuck I got all this debt already? So the concept doesn't make sense to me. It never made sense to me. So now moving forward, like I said, the issues that I have with the book is the moral fiber of the book. It's the morals, it's the morality of the book. Y'all want to always talk about certain things. Like all my life, I was, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot saved his children and his wife and his children, but his wife looked back and she disobeyed God and was turned into a pillar of salt. Okay, fine. Now, 99.9% of y'all, that's as far as you went in the story. Keep reading the book. Keep reading the book. His daughters get him drunk and have sex with him and have babies with by this man to keep up the bloodline. Your bloodline, not mine. I don't believe in this bull crap. But that's what the book says. It's not me twisting it. It's not me having a different thought process and different, mangling the Bible. It's y'all tell the story and then stop at a point and don't tell the rest of the story. You don't finish the story. You don't complete the story. His daughters got him drunk. Well, his first oldest daughter got him drunk and was pregnant. And his sister was like, "What the hell? How you pregnant? What's going on?" "Oh, I get daddy drunk." Showed her how to do it, and she did it. But this the book. This the book that you try to tell me I need to follow because of my moral fiber. But you think incest is okay because it's in the book, right? It's in the book. This is God's chosen people to survive, and he had instead of killing the daughter because he's in control of all things, instead of forgiving the wife for looking back, so he can continue to have babies with his wife, he turns his wife into a pillar of salt so his daughters can rape him. But God knew all of this, so it's okay with you. So I don't get. I don't, see this. I don't. I don't. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Don't like it. My man is walking through a city. He get teased by some kids. The kids talk about his bald head. God sends two female bears to kill the kids. So y'all are okay with y'all God teasing a man for his bald head. Y'all are okay with him killing 42 children with bears. So y'all got to think about this. Let's just say all of those kids, none of those kids were related, right? So there's 42 families. There's 84 people, immediate people, the mother and the father. There's 84 immediate people devastated for this act of teasing somebody, not killing him, not raping him, not shooting arrows at him, teasing him. You're okay with that. Like I said, I've always tried to tell y'all, when y'all read the book, first thing first, I've always said this. When you read the book, put yourself in the person's that's talking shoes, right? And would you talk like that? Because it's very important that you be able to do this, right? Because reading a chapter, you're gonna have to go back 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times because your mind, your mind is going to be so overwhelmed with concepts because your concept of God is he's a good, loving, nurturing God. So you miss once again when you read or you listen to somebody, you just pick out points that trigger you. A person will read that story and just go right by it and be like, "That's my God," and won't even take the time to realize, like, wait a minute, dude, you just caused a whole bunch of travesty in this community. There's going to be 84 people directly affected by you sending two bears to kill the kids that was teasing this man. Teasing. And y'all okay with that? Y'all fine with that? See, that's what I'm saying. This ain't Edwin's words. This ain't Edwin's book. This is the shit that's in the book, and y'all are okay with it. Last one, right? Last one. Last one. Last one. And we'll combine the rape with the kids too. Because even Mary was what, 14 years old? 13 years old? But we'll combine it. And Muhammad took a 9-year-old daughter, 9-year-old wife. We'll combine that. But y'all think that's okay. Y'all grown ass people sitting here hearing my voice think that sleeping with children is okay? All right. So this is another one. The moral compass of your God, right? Let's just I don't even know how to even start this. The moral compass of your God. He created all these people. He did all these things. So the act of one person, and I guarantee you, 90% of you Christians don't even know why certain people were considered slaves. What was the act? What was done to somebody that he said your descendants are going to be slaves to your other houses? If you know that, that's pretty good. But now let's really dive into that because God is an all-knowing God, right? He understood from day one what slavery was going to look like. And he said that people that he created, those people were going to be forever slaves because of what this one person did. I have a problem with that, family. Y'all don't? Y'all don't? So if your daddy was a rapist, murderer, just just a just downright dirty person, that means you have to be the same thing? That means every time you walk out the house, you're considered a rapist or a murderer? You're put into that category because of what your father did? Let's not even say your father did it. Let's just say your great great grandfather did it. You don't even know this man, but you're locked up. You're being watched and monitored because of what he did. That makes sense to you? That's okay to you? But we already know the brutality that slavery happened to us. And then here's the thing: if you guys don't really, what is the country that's, is it Lebanon? What's the country that still have slaves right now to this day? Go look at those videos of them people pouring hot lava on these people, molten lava on these people, hot water, beating them. They all tied up and chained up. They just killed a young lady. They just shot a young maid for, I think they said that she stole $1. Is it Libya? Go look at it. Slavery still goes on to this day. So now I'm trying to tell you guys that from the time this book was written to right now to this day, that all the heinous acts, all that shit, God knew about it. And he said, you know what? I'm gonna give I'm gonna give a certain group of people slaves. And you guys can treat these people how you want to treat them and do what you do. And hey, slaves, obey your earthly master like you was trying to obey me or my son. What the fuck? I'm supposed to worship this dude? I'm supposed to worship this dude, family. I'm supposed to read this book. I know history. I've listened to my great grandfather, who was born a slave, talk about the heinous acts that these people. I ain't talking about something that I read. I'm talking about listening to this 80-year-old man sit there and cry in front of me. Huh? I'm supposed to pick this book up. That the God of this book is okay with the slavery and enslavement of my people, even though they think we're different people, even though they think they're different tribes. Even if you did think you were different tribes, y'all came from one, right? Y'all were split up and divided from one. So you're the same. That's the ignorance that people don't even grasp. That's the shit that people don't even grasp. But it's okay. But I'm just really trying to hit y'all with morals. But that's okay with you, all right? Cause this motherfucker that I never met, nobody in my family tree. See, here's the thing that I kind of like. I hear you guys, but then it's like, why don't you apply the same energy to other shit? Ain't no people in my family ever been to Africa, so we ain't Africans. So, and no people in my family since I was born know this motherfucker that committed this crime for me to be bound to this for the rest of my life. Y'all don't get that? Y'all don't see that that's a problem? That you'll say just because nobody in your immediate family that you know of never didn't come from Africa, you're not Africans. But then you'll look at somebody that says you'll look at a law in a book that says because of this one sin that happened, what, 4,000 years ago, you're bound to be slaves. And your God said it's okay. Your God said obey your earthly masters. Obey them. Obey them. Don't treat them good. Treat them as you would treat me. Why would I fall for that? Why would I be okay with that? So why do I bang on this book is to try to shed light that this book is full of shit. Why do I why do I get away from religion? Is because the deeper you dive into this book and the deeper you dive into religion, you'll see some immoral things going on or immoral things going on And once again, as a protector of women, as a protector of women, how can I be indoctrinated in something that goes against women? I mean, like I said, I know y'all don't get it. I know y'all don't understand it. But if you love your mama, if you love your daughter, if you love your auntie, all your female relatives, if you love them, how in the hell can you explain to them that you are indoctrinated in a book that allows you to rape them when they're babies? If somebody's your foe and you see an enemy and you're allowed to smash their babies against rocks, how are you okay with that morally? How can you explain to your wife and your daughter that you are a servant to this book that is against women? I don't know. That's all the endorsements for rape. I don't know. I don't know how y'all can do it, man. I mean, you would have to you would have to you would have to do a lot to me to get me to endorse this book. And I'm not saying that I'm squeaky clean and uh, I haven't made bad decisions. I made a lot of bad decisions, man. I made a lot of bad choices. I made a bad choice by making my family sit down and read this horrible ass book at one point in time. I said I'm perfect, but I am saying that damn, once you read some fucked up shit, how do you continuously say to yourself, this is the right path? And then I've seen a lot. And once again, man, not only the conversations that I've had with people, I guess because I'm having conversations with people, since Facebook and everybody is into your conversations nowadays, that it pops up more religious stuff pops up on my Facebook and my timeline. And I see a lot of people posting, what if I died and go to heaven or get up there and I realize that my God is real? I rather worship him than not be, to get to heaven and realize that he's real and then now I'm going to hell. Quit being afraid, man. Quit being afraid, man. Like I said, listen to me, man. Indoctrination is a motherfucker. Being indoctrinated into some bullshit is a motherfucker. So you are willing to go to heaven that's got gates. They got pearly white walls, and then it says, as it is in heaven, as it is on earth, it shall be in heaven. So let's just think about that. What era is heaven based on? Since the creation of this book, do you think it's going to be like right now, which still ain't good? What the angels and the cops and the police up there still going to be killing your soul or torturing your soul, or is it going to be the old school, way that people were acting? Which way you want it to be? It ain't your heaven; it's their heaven. So heaven or hell is still an imprisonment. Heaven or hell is still. Let's think about this. Heaven is nothing but a hell, a gated, fenced-in community for spirits. That's a fucking prison. That's a fucking zoo. That's a fucking farm. That's me gathering. That's me taking people and and instead of I know y'all don't get it, but then I know somebody will turn it against me and say, "Well, don't you want to do that, Edwin? Don't you want to build towns and put walls up? Yeah, to keep motherfuckers out." I don't want. Listen, it's to keep motherfuckers out. I told y'all I've done a video about this before. I said, man, the concept of keeping people out is really not the truth. It's really not what it's set up for. Only private property owners that build fences and walls are trying to keep somebody out. Everything else that we can talk about is to keep motherfuckers in. Everything else that we talk about is to keep people in. When they put a fence up or a wall, 9 out of 10 is to keep what's inside that boundaries. Zoos, your farms, prisons, jails. Uh, like I said, private property owners are probably the only ones that's like, hey man, I don't want nobody hunting on my property. I don't want nobody on here. So now I got to put a fence around my property because I don't want y'all on my property. Um, government build property. All this stuff is to keep people in, not to keep people out. They still got check-in stations. They still got all this stuff to keep you. You can go in and you can go in if you do the right process and step, but it's to keep people in. Come on, family. That's what I'm saying. This is the things that I'm talking about that you guys. I don't know. I don't know if you get it. I don't know if you understand it. But what I will say, and I've said it from the beginning of my conscious journey, is read the book. Read the book. Fathers, hi, talk to me. Fathers, talk to me. How you going to explain this to your daughter that you support this book, that you're a Christian, and it's okay to rape them and get it's okay for somebody to come in there and rape your daughter and give you 50 pieces of silver because that's okay with your God. And when he does that, she has to marry him. And if he don't like her, he can give her back to her. He can pass her to his son or give her back to you. What kind of bullshit is this? This is an all-knowing God, family. He doesn't need to develop morals. He should already be on a high moral. His morality should be here if he's an all-knowing entity. I shouldn't be if I'm here. I shouldn't be talking shit that's here. I shouldn't be talking about some disgusting shit, allowing motherfuckers to have sex with kids. One of my biggest supporters, Paul, was wrapped in carnal sin. Come on now. I shouldn't be down here. I shouldn't be in the slums. I shouldn't be in the gutter getting motherfuckers to be my servants. I should be up here. I should be elevating. I should be looking at you like, hey man, all you guys should have wealth. All you guys should have money. All you guys should have land. My thought process shouldn't be here talking about fucking slaves and servants and bullshit like that. Talking about indentured people. I'm talking about people born into slavery, born into servitude. I'm not talking about you having a maid. I'm not talking about you paying somebody, they come here to do a service and they leave. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about motherfucker, you putting your feet on the backs of a motherfucker and they got to stand there like a stool. And then you rape them, then you beat them, and you castrate them, and you don't let them leave. They can't leave and go where they want to go. Because if they left, who would come back to that shit? That's come on now. That's what I'm talking about. And your book endorses that. I can't. I'm sorry, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be a free spirit. I'll be, I and then if I did believe in that realm, I'll gladly serve my time in hell. Fuck your God. Fuck this moral. Fuck the the morality, fam. Come on now. Come on, daddies, mamas. How can you explain that to your daughter? How can you explain that to your sons? That it's okay to kill 42 of you guys for teasing somebody. How can you explain that to them? How can you explain it to your daughter that her job as a wife is to serve her husband? And if you read this book, please explain to her how she's supposed to serve her husband if you read this book. But I hope I get to some, I hope y'all get it. I hope people wake up. I hope people grow a consciousness. I hope y'all do, man. I really do. Y'all need to get out of this book. This is one of the worst things I've ever read in my life. And I've given you other examples, man, but this is one of the worst books on the planet. Okay? It's one of the worst books. It's trying to indoctrinate fear and it tries to tell you what you can and can't do based on this immoral ass God that they have. And then he turns around and says he's the devil. And you guys don't even see it. All right, man. So that's been my journey. And this is why I will continuously bang on it. Like I said, not so much. I'm studying other stuff, man. So I understand now that people only hear what they want to hear, but you guys gotta keep studying, man. Keep researching, keep reading. And once again, man, I do this because I love y'all. Hotel.